Hey guys, it's Alpha VR 370 here, and today is a tutorial for how I make my thumbnails that go onto YouTube. You might know that this is very important for people to be attracted to your videos, so this is probably going to be really helpful for a lot of people that are just starting out on their channel. The first thing you want to do is go to photopea.com. This is pretty much a free browser version of Photoshop. It works really well and I've used it for almost 2 years now. So yeah, I love it. The second thing you want to do is make a background. So for my background, I'm using this image from Alpha Stuff that you will see in the Alpha Stuff episode 2 video. This is getting released a day early, but this is the background. And what you want to do, if it has not been already, go to export as PNG and you want to convert it to make sure it is the right size. For all YouTube thumbnails, they need to be the width of 1280 pixels and the height of 720 pixels. I already did that, so we're not going to do that in this video, but however, if you have a background that is not in this size, you want to change it to that size by clicking on this unlink button and then changing the numbers to whatever you want. And then you click on save and it will download into your files. You just have to find it in your files and then you just put it on a new project. So now we are here with the background. I have an idea for what I'm going to do with this thumbnail. I'm probably going to put the reaction of me, Max, and Emma, not necessarily our reaction to this, but a reaction that will be appropriate to what we're doing right here. However, the first thing we're going to do is get a rectangle from the rectangle tool, and we're going to make it a little bit bigger than about this part of the picture. So how we do that is we just start outside of the picture and it's going to overlap. So I think about here is good. So now what we're going to do to make it diagonal is just pretty much tilt or rotate it. So that's pretty good, but now we're going to slide it back and slide it up a little bit, and I think that's good. If we click out of it, yeah, that actually looks really well, and yeah, we're going to, I might push it out a little bit actually. That looks really well. You can still see the rest of the point that we're trying to get from the background. And now we're just going to put our faces on it. You know what? I can't decide. I think I'm going to move it back just a little bit. All right. All right. Now we're on the Alpha Stuff. Now we're on the Alpha Stuff episode in the editor. And before I export this, I need screenshots of their face. First, I'm going to do me. I'm going to do something where I was really surprised. Oh, that's way better actually. So we're going to do that. So on PC, what you can do is if you have Windows, you can open up the snipping tool. You can just type that into the search bar at the bottom by pressing the Windows button. This is also another way you can get a background. And we're going to click on the new button. That gets us to start with the snip. And I'm just going to simply highlight over or drag over my camera, which will get us, actually, no, I don't like that one. So we're going to redo it by clicking on new again. We're going to drag it over the camera or over my camera to get that part. And then whenever I release, it's saved. And now I'm going to do that and put it into my files. I'm going to do the same with Max and Emma, but I'm gonna cut that out. All right, now I got all three of the faces, so I'm gonna put them in to the photo editor. And as you can see, I put them in, but you cannot see them. Over here on the right is the layers page, and it's kind of like pieces of paper. Think of it like that. The higher layer the piece of paper is, the easier you can see it, and it overlaps the ones below it. That's how this works as well. Since my picture is on top of Emma's, mine will overlap hers. So now what we're going to do is bring these over there and resize them. They're a bit pixelated, but that is okay. We will fix that. So what we're going to do is kind of move them around a little bit until they're kind of disregard the backgrounds, just make them separated. Like, just look at the faces, make sure the faces are separated. So now we're going to cut out the backgrounds, and one thing you can do is right click on the lasso button and go to magnetic lasso select. So we're just going to make a snipping around myself, and the further you go, you can see that it automatically makes anchor points. So if you do something wrong, you got to make sure you don't go too far to where it makes an anchor point. Otherwise, you do have to restart. I think I just did that because I don't want a flat head. So what we're going to do is just kind of click outside, or what we're going to do is just kind of click with the regular lasso, and we're going to come back to this. So now I know what I should not do. Oh, that almost got a little crazy. So we're going to try to, it might have to be a flat head, but we're just going to try and see what we can do. Okay, so now, remember, if you do want to make your own anchor points, you can just click with your mouse. And now what we're going to do is right click and click on layer via copy. And now it makes a layer of that cutout. So we're going to remove this. Now we have a nice little cutout. We're not done, but we have a good start. So now we're going to cut out underneath my right arm. Now this time we're going to click on the backspace button. Oh, it must be raster. Oh, wrong layer. All right. So now we have that cut out. Now we're going to cut out one more thing. Underneath my left arm. That did not work properly. Okay, we're going to try it again. I'm clicking to make my own anchors. Okay, there we go. Now we have and by the way, I'm going to go to the lasso and just click so that's out of the way. Now we have our own little cutout. And what we're going to do is we're going to right click on the layer, and we're going to go to blending options, and we're going to check the box that says outer glow. We're going to turn this to normal, so the glow is like a normal solid texture. And what we're going to do is we're going to make mine purple, since my favorite color is purple, and you can see that in the videos. So we're going to put a spread, probably 100%. And we're just going to adjust the size slightly. We're not going to adjust it by too much, but we're going to adjust it slightly. Since it is kind of like a flat head, I think I'm going to keep it on the top. That works. So that's our first one. We might rotate it as well. When you zoom out, it's not so pixelated, and that's how it's going to look on most pages with the thumbnail, so it's fine. Now we're going to do the same thing with Emma and Max, so I'm just going to... okay, so it's going under, so I'm going to make my own anchors. So it does not do that. And I think I'm gonna get the ponytail, just for more authenticity. Okay. Now, around her head. Okay. This isn't entirely clean. So we're gonna dip down, get the shoulders, and we're going to come across the bottom, and boom. Now we're going to layer via copy, and now we have cutout of Emma, and we don't really have to do much for that. We're gonna kind of sharpen it by putting an outer glow on it, and for hers is going to be turquoise. We're going to increase that. Probably dip down and put it over here. We're going to kind of like just mess with like the direction so it looks kind of like puzzle pieces, I guess. Like scattered puzzle pieces. That's how I think of it. Now we're going to do maxes. This one might be a little difficult, but we're gonna try our best. That's what matters. We're gonna try our best. Hopefully it cooperates with us. That's all I ask. Okay. Gotta make sure we get the thumb actually. Details are surprisingly important because those tiny little details are what make the thumbnail look more real, believe it or not. Those tiny little details actually really matter. There we go. Dip down. We connect it. Boom. Man, that was interesting. Layer, it won't copy actually. Oh, okay, there we go. I forgot to select the layer, so there we go. Now we're going to delete maxes. And now we have another cutout. And to clean up some of those edges, I'm going to do an outer glow. This one's going to be yellow because in his name it is Maxaroni and Cheese. Kind of like, and cheese is yellow. So we're going to make that yellow. So it does kind of sharpen it a little bit. So if you zoom out, you can't really notice like some of the edges. So I think we're going to, I kind of like it a little bit rough and jagged. So I think we're going to keep it like that. Okay, however, this does have to dip down because we don't want it to cut off like that. That looks weird. And we're probably going to, yeah, just like cut down to that. So if we zoom out, we have three pretty good faces. Cutouts aren't too bad. We're probably going to put this one over here. And probably put this over here. Believe it or not, whenever you extend a little bit of a part out, it makes it look more authentic. That's what I've seen from a lot of other people's thumbnails that have like this style. So now the question is, do I want to add text? I think I will. I think I'm going to do it in one of my favorite fonts, Edo. And I'm probably going to do it in a red because that is more of an alarming color. It means more alarming and all that. So we're going to put toilets in capitals. Well, to be fair, this font is all capitals. Remove the D. So we're going to probably increase it a little bit more. So you want to come to your size, and I'm going to put it on 200 pixels actually. So now we're going to go to the select tool, and we're going to move this around. So probably rotate it a little bit, tilt it. Probably tilt it a little bit less. That works. Now we're going to go back to blending options, but instead of using an outer glow, we're going to use a drop shadow. Doesn't matter whether you have it on normal or multiply. I find it just the same, actually, for the stuff I use it for. So we're not going to change the angle. I think we're going to keep the distance about 23, 24 pixels. Spread, not too big, and size, not too big either to make the shadow really sharp. So now we're going to move that up a little bit, and I think that's a really good thumbnail. We have titles, we have our faces, our reactions, and it looks like we're really disgusted. Actually, now I think about it, that arm is cut off, so probably gonna have to move that over there, move Emma's face over here. Now that's a little bit better. So I think that's a pretty good thumbnail. Thank y'all for watching this video. Actually, it was a lot of fun to make it. Thank y'all for 900 subscribers, even though this is really outdated and we already hit 1,000. But still, thank you very much, and I will see y'all next time.